You know, most of international students going to Europe have absolutely no idea about this one law. And that's wild. Because this single European Union law can decide whether your European dream ends after graduation or turns into a long term life across the continent, the European continent. Let me give you a number. It's 21. That's the kind of fast track timeline some students are using to get the permanent residency in the European Union. It's not 5 years, it's not 10 years. And no, this is not some kind of loophole or a trick. This is an official European Union law. And here's the problem. Most students focus only on admission, tuition, and sorting out their visa. But they don't plan what happens after they get graduated. And even the brilliant students, they get stuck either into job hunting blindly or feeling like they're starting again from scratch. But if you understand this law early, everything changes. You go from being just another student to someone who's building a strategic life in Europe, not just in one country, but across the European Union. Imagine finishing your master's in one country, landing your dream job in another, and having a clear pathway to the PR in less than 2 years. And here's the shocker. Over 90% of the students have never heard about this. They are simply chasing the university names without understanding the systems that run behind the scenes. And at Switch Abroad, I see this pattern very often. A lot of students reach out to us very late in their journey, just saying that I wish someone has explained me this law earlier. काश मुझे किसी ने पहले ये सब बताया होगा. So that's exactly why I'm making this video. So you plan your journey very smartly from day one onwards. And what is this law? This is called the EU Blue Card Directive. It is a residence and work permit for highly qualified professionals from across the European Union. And once you meet the eligible criteria, usually a recognized degree and a valid job contract with a minimum salary, you can apply for it. It is typically issued for 4 years. It is again renewable and gives you strong work and residence rights in the European Union. And after holding this card for a required time, you are eligible for a permanent residency. And here's an insider angle which most students are gonna miss. After you hold a blue card for 12 months, in your first country, you can move to another EU country by applying to a new blue card under simplified rules. Remember, you're not restarting your journey, you're just simply continuing it with a strategy. And why does this matter so much? Think of countries like US or Canada. Your PR is tied to only a single country. But in the European Union, once you get the blue card, your opportunities are open across most EU countries. You can study in one country and then continue to work in another country without starting from zero again. And at Switch Abroad, this is exactly what we teach our students. Not just how to go abroad, but how to build a real European plan using the tools that the system already gives you. And why do most students miss out? Because universities and agents rarely talk about this, because their focus is simply admission. And this law is what actually gives you the power. It can turn your degree into a long-term residence strategy. If you are smart, you will choose your course, field, and job pathway, keeping this in mind. So that's how you turn a visa into a strong future-proof career. And what are the steps for this? The first thing is complete your studies from a recognized university in the EU, and then secure a job that matches your qualification and meets the salary criteria for the blue card. Learn the language, definitely that's going to help you a lot. Apply for the EU blue card in that particular country. After 12 months, if needed, move to another EU country under simplified blue card rules. And after the required period, apply for a permanent residence. Here's a pro tip. For a few professions and sectors, they are considered as high demand across Europe, and they often have small thresholds, faster processing. And that's the kind of insider planning that can save you years of time. Let's say a student studies in the EU, gets a qualified job, and applies for the blue card. And over time, they grow in their career, maybe even switch to multiple EU countries for better opportunities. And after the required period, they apply for a permanent residency. So it's one degree, one strategy, and a continent of opportunities. This is the difference between students who just go abroad and those who build a future abroad. So if you are planning to study in Europe, don't just stop at the admission or the visa part. Understand how the EU Blue Card works. Build your university, course, and job plan around it. This law gives you a legal, clear pathway to live and work across the European Union. At Switch Abroad, we help students to design entire European journey, not just the starting point. That means course selection, country strategy, post-study planning, and understanding the laws like the EU Blue Card from day one itself. And if this video has helped you, hit the subscribe, drop your question in the comments, and check the description. Because if you want to reach out to us, all the details are mentioned over there. And this is not just about studying abroad, it's about building your life abroad. Smart, strategic, and legal.